Howdy, 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 folks. Today we are going to review a fantastic ship, the Crusader Industries Mercury Star Runner. Now, this ship has a lot going for it, and I'm super excited to dig into it with you all. But first, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. Now, I have mentioned it a few times, but I want to let you all know that I am aiming to release 4 videos a week on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So if you have anything that you would like me to review, or any ship series or classes that you'd like a comparison on, let me know in the comments below. The channel is growing, and if you like what I'm doing, please hit the like and subscribe buttons and click the bell icon to receive notifications. Alright, so let's dig into the MSR a bit. So I've flown this ship for, I'd say, about 10 hours, and I think it's complicated. There's a few caveats. I love the ship, but the price point, both in-game and especially when it is on sale, doesn't necessarily match up in my mind. But that's only from a purely value-driven perspective with what's available in-game at the moment. We'll get to all that later. The weapons package, no matter what you put on here, is going to be subpar when you compare it to similarly priced or sized ships. You only have 2 size 3 guns for the pilot, and then there are 2 additional turrets, one on the bottom, one on the top, that are also each mounting 2 size 3 guns. So even if you're able to get all 6 guns on target, that is only 6 size 3 guns, and that also requires 2 additional people, which is just unreliable. It's not something I would count on. It's not going to single-handedly win many fights with similarly priced or sized ships. However, that's not really the focus of the ship. This ship is the CIG version of the Millennium Falcon. Now hear me out. It's got a hidden compartment for smuggling that requires a puzzle to open it. It's got the right placement of weapons to match the Falcon's vibe. It's an asymmetric, medium-sized ship. All of this screams license safe rip of the Millennium Falcon. Now, none of that is an insult, mind you, just observations, and to be honest, I think it really adds to the allure of the vessel. Alright, but let's get inside and take a look around. Now, there's only one entrance to the ship. It's this rear ramp, which you can open from the exterior right there. I actually really like the panels on that because they're very visible. It's not like some of the other ships where you're like, what does that say? It sticks out, especially if you're on a dark like planet surface and you're having a real hard time seeing. That's actually a really helpful small detail that I don't think a lot of people would always think about. Now, in a pinch, the MSR is actually a decent dropship. I mean, the ramp is fairly tall. It's fairly wide, and even better, it is very quick to open and close for its size. I mean, that might not seem like that big of a detail, but for dropship scenarios, especially if you're talking about doing a pickup in a hot kinetic environment, that is a super awesome thing. Alright, so the cargo area is pretty decent size. I mean, it holds 114 SCU, so it's not tiny. And it can hold pretty much all ground vehicles up to an Ursa, or a Lynx now, since there's 2 of them. You're not going to fit any tanks in here, but an Ursa is pretty big, and a rock will easily fit in as well. So if you're wanting to do rock mining, this is actually a really good ship to do it in. It flies really well, so skirting along the surface is actually a little easier in this than I'd say even maybe a Cutlass Black. Alright, so there are some maintenance tunnels on the lower deck. You can access the engineering side. You've got component access, although I haven't been able to get components out of them right now, so I don't know if that's going to change or not in the future. Well, obviously it will in the future because they're trying to get all the ships to have component access. But as of right now, you can't actually pull anything out of your slots. All right. We're going to go ahead and go up this elevator here to the upper deck. Now, this is where all the magic happens. In this first room, we have a bunch of servers. Now they're not functional at the moment because there's no data running gameplay, but it is coming, and we're going to discuss that a little later too. Over here we have a scanning suite, which also at the moment is, I mean, it's a neat aesthetic. We also have some of these little extra, they look like tiny servers. I'm pretty sure those are just part of the scanners, but I mean, it's a cool chair. Come out of here. Over here we have the two turrets. We've got a top, or no, excuse me, top and bottom turret. There we go. Okay, so one of the minor details about this ship that actually, it wasn't brought up to me before I got one, but I want to bring it up to folks, is in most ships, when you get in to the ship, you get up into the pilot seat, you turn the ship on, and all the lights come on, and they stay on in the ship till you turn them off. This ship doesn't really work that way. This ship, when you get into the pilot seat and you power the ship up, the rest of the ship stays dark. You actually have to go around and flip light switches like it's, I don't know, 2023 or something. It doesn't really bother me. I actually kind of like it because I have control over when the lights are on or off, and I also don't have to power the ship up to have lights. But it's just a minor detail. The doors don't require you to push the open button, but it is helpful because a lot of times you'll just stand there for like 10 seconds. Sometimes it feels. This is the bridge area. On the left here we have the recreation room. We're going to go ahead and here. Alright, so let's talk about the Smuggler's Hatch puzzle. So to open it, we're going to come over here. We're going to grab our white queen. We're going to place it on the single coaster. And that's going to open. Now what this is a tunnel system that has a shielded cargo area up at the front. It's also kind of a neat vibe, although not for everyone, but it is here, and it's kind of neat. I mean, you can store illicit goods here. Keep in mind, it seems like as of right now in 3.19 the cargo shielding is not working. I mean, I've been stopped a few times with illicit goods, and even though all of the illicit goods were in the right places where I should not have been able to be scanned, I definitely was scanned and got a crime stat, so keep that in mind as of right now. There's another door that you open here. I'm going to go ahead and close that. So when that's closed, you can't open that from the other side. So the only way to get into your Smuggler's area is through that first hatch, and you're doing the puzzle. Alright, let's go over how we close it, because you can't just leave your illicit goods open for someone to come grab. You got to get your queen back off the coaster, and you'll go back over the table, place her back on, and it closes back up. Now that bottom door is going to stay open. I got to figure out how to close that. I hadn't figured that part out yet. Alright, so I like the tunnels. I mean, they've got a very, I get like a Die Hard vibe, which is Pretty awesome, because so far this ship's hitting two of my favorite movie franchises real hard. Alright, we come over here and we're in the habitation area. If you've flown any of the larger Crusader ships, this is going to look really obvious, like really reminiscent. You know, we've got 3 bunks. There's, I don't know why Crusader has such a love affair with circular hallways, but that's cool. We've got 2 of the patented Crusader 3S bathrooms. If you're not sure what that is a shower, shave, and another word that we're going to substitute the word crap for, so I don't get demonetized if I ever get there. But it's kind of neat. You know, it's got the full set of stuff. Over in the rec room is where the kitchen is. It's got everything that you need to survive on the ship long term. This hallway also has a weapon rack that holds 4 weapons on it. We're going to go up to the cockpit area. This hallway is completely, like, there's nothing that happens here. Other than, once again, Millennium Falcon vibes. Look at that. We come to the front. Got another weapon rack, co-pilot seat, pilot seat. So, pretty straightforward, with the exception of the Smuggler's area. Let's go back outside and we'll talk about the ship a little more in depth. Something outside of just the design cues. Alright, so that was the design and interior of the ship, but let's take a look at the hard stats. Now up front, the cost on the RSI page when it's available is $260 last time that I saw it, back in IAE for 2022. Now, it's normally available then. I don't know about if it's for sale during Invictus. I can't remember. I wasn't in the market for one, so I didn't really look. In-game, the ship is 4,912,500 Alpha UEC, which is right around the same price as the C2. It is available for purchase in-game at the Crusader showroom on Orison, and it is not available to rent in-game at this time. Now the hull HP is 37,400. The shield HP is 18,000, and it's a front-back type shield. The stock DPS is 492 with those 2 size 3 repeaters. The SCM speed is 215 meters a second, and the maximum speed is 1,287 meters per second. The maneuverability rates are, you have 30 degrees per second for pitch and yaw, which is your turning left to right and nosing up or nosing down. The roll rate is 125 degrees, which is not too terrible. I mean, the ship flies very well. I mean, it's got a cargo capacity of 114, which isn't crazy high, but it's respectable, and it's pretty comparable to a Freelancer Max's 120. Now, I'm going to say something a bit contentious here because I know that a lot of people love this ship. But the only real ship comparison for this to me right now is a Freelancer Max. Similar cargo capacity and overall functionality. Now, in the future, when smuggling shields are functional and or when data transmission contracts become a thing, this ship's value is going to skyrocket. But as of right now, to me, this is a Freelancer Max that flies much better than a Freelancer Max. Has 6 less cargo, some really neat aesthetic choices, and a lot less pilot firepower for twice the price. Now, do not get me wrong. I absolutely love this ship. I love everything about it, to be honest, minus the price. However, from a purely value-driven choice, it's a bit ridiculously priced at this time. Alright, so this has been my review of the Crusader Industries Mercury Star Runner. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to hit that like button, tap the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon for notifications for new content. Now, I've set a schedule, and new content will be coming every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. I want to thank you all for watching. The channel growth has been outstanding, and I sincerely enjoy the comments exchanges from all of the videos. Some of the stuff you guys say is just, oh god, it's making my day. I love it. But that's all for today, guys. Get out there, conquer the stars, and I can't wait to see you all out there in the verse.